So hello myRockworld fans, we are here in Munich, sitting here with James Christian, singer from House of Lords. Welcome to myRockworld.
Well, it's great to be here. I've heard some great things about this place.
James, please tell us something about your new 9th album, Precious Metal, and what is different to the last album, Big Money.
It is a record that is really an aggressive approach to everything we've done in the past. There's no holds barred as far as what the boys are playing. They really let loose on this record in a very, very positive and energetic way. It's high energy, high octane, melodic, and all the things that you would expect from House of Lords with a little bit of added attitude.
And it's a little bit back to the roots, I think.
Yes. I would say so. Everybody seems to say back to the roots, but I just think it's almost like a rebirth in a sense because we really wanted to kick it up a notch.
Have you got an own individual favorite song on this album and why?
Battle is one of my favorite because it was the very first song that was written, and it also set the pace for the rest of the album. So to me it became a favorite because I loved where it took the rest of the record. It was kind of like the birth of the baby, and then everyone else, everything else came after that. So it was perfect beginning.
Do you have any favorite song playing live with the band together?
My favorites to play live are, believe it or not, Love Don't Lie. I love Can't Find My Way Home, Sahara, Swimming with the Sharks. I love playing that live. I have quite a few, but those are the ones that come to mind.
Some general question. What advice would you give a kid starting out to be a musician nowadays?
The same advice that I got when I started, and that is never to give up. In other words, if you are a musician and you have a genuine talent, you have to give life a chance for it to actually happen. You can't give up. You cannot take no for the final answer. You just keep pushing. So people with talent, I don't say that if you're someone that doesn't have talent and you want to be, make it, that would be a good advice. I think good advice would be find something you're really great at. But musicians, you got to stick with it. You got to stand your ground and just keep going.
Okay. James, what are your heroes starting out to play music?
Oh, Robert Plant.
The big ones.
That would probably be my guy. I mean, I was a Beatle fan. That's what kind of got me into music. But it wasn't until I heard Led Zeppelin that I had a revelation that this was just amazing. This is the kind of stuff I wanted to do.
Have you ever met him?
Yes, I have. I had dinner with him because he was a friend of Phil Carson, who was our label owner. And I had dinner with Robert Plant and Alanis Morissette because they were dating. I don't know if everybody knew that, or if it was a secret, but they were dating.
Okay. James, if you could go back in time, what advice would you give the 21-year-old version of yourself?
A version of myself? I would have went to Hollywood a lot quicker.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time in Connecticut, and people kept saying, you need to go to L.A., you need to go to L.A., but I was very comfortable being a bigger fish in a smaller pond. But eventually I got the message and went out to Los Angeles and tried to really make a serious move. But it took me a longer time. I could have done it much earlier.
Okay. Next one. Please tell us some secrets about House of Lords that nobody knows. Some tour bus secrets, maybe. maybe Jimmy can help out.
I can give you one. Jimmy is a gay man. And no, don't print that. That's just a total joke. Okay. Jimmy is a lifelong friend. Jimmy and BJ, we grew up together in the same clubs. So we actually, we would play the same rooms, but we weren't in the same bands. Chris probably was about 2 years old when we were doing all this, and he's the youngest one in the band. And the secrets, I guess, to the whole success of House of Lords doing so many records with the same lineup is the fact that we all love the same music. They were House of Lords fans before they were actually in the band. But once they became members, we started writing in the spirit of what House of Lords does. So,
I have a secret.
What's the secret?
The secret? Well, I was just talking about it the other day. When they were looking for a guitar player, I had sent a tape to House of Lords, but James never saw it. And we had played together for years. I mean, in the same circuit, but I found out that they were doing it, and a mutual friend of ours sent my videotape to for the replacement for the guitar player, but James never saw it.
We were at O. Henry Studios, and we were going through all these tapes of guitar players. And if I'd known that his name was in there, I would have said, you got to listen. But I'd never heard his name come up.
And it was a videotape, or?
Yeah, it was a videotape. It was me. It was a tape I did with when I played with Geezer Butler. So it was like a 4-song demo thing that I played. It was a live video with Geezer. And that was what...
and one of the people we turned down, we wouldn't have turned him down, but we turned down Joe Satriani.
Okay.
He was one of the guitar players who submitted.
Okay.
He had a great career, so you have no complaints there. But it was amazing that, because I didn't even know who this guy was, and heard him, and I said, well, he's really good, but he's really kind of busy or whatever. Didn't work out, didn't fit the mold. He would have fit the mold back then.
That's a great story. James, what's next for House of Lords? Any live album maybe planned?
We were just talking about the whole live situation of doing a live DVD, and it's a matter of being able to find the right company for the right price who would be able to film it for us. Material-wise, we have as much as we need. We just need to find the right the budget to make it work, and besides that, it's just going back in the studio. I mean, Precious Metal is a very young record right now, so we're promoting that, and we want to work it to death. And then when that's done, then we got to go back in the room and go, how do we top this? That would be our challenge.
Okay. Some last words to your fans, please.
Always, and forever, just say thank you for supporting us for all these years, being there for us, and making it possible for us to continue to play music and write and record it, and come out and do the tours that we do.
Okay. James, Jimmy, many thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.